Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Atlas Plays Minecraft. We're on Season 2, Episode 5, and we continue to have some audio problems. So this first part, let me kind of set the stage while the video's playing here. I am doing after the fact commentary. We've been struggling, or I've been struggling with trying to get my audio working consistently, and this episode was no exception. I went back, looked at the videos. Hey, careful, Atlas, get out of that fire. Went back and looked at the videos. Even like the originals didn't have audio recorded, so I don't know what happened there. But that's okay. I did some learning, and I learned how to record commentary over the video. So, and kind of a happy coincidence, my brother swung by with a surprise gift of a new microphone. So I'm using that, and when we're recording commentary, and this is going to be great. I hope. So the sad thing is that I'm still getting used to the software. So yesterday I recorded commentary for the full 47 minutes and 56 seconds of this episode, and then I pressed the wrong button and deleted it all. So now we're back at it again. This is my second try with commentary, my third time through this video, and we're going to get it this time. So what we have going on right now, if you remember from the last video, is we're most of the way, like 2/3, 3/4 of the way back to that starting spot for our home portal, but we're not quite there. And now we're looking out this, and what are we seeing? We're seeing this big, huge drop down to a lava sea. So even though we still need to move 236 blocks in the Z direction, it's just not an option right now. So we're going to get out some torches, mark that we're turning, and we're going to have to head to the left here. We still have 50 blocks that we need to head in the X axis. So yeah, we'll see what we can find on our way over there. Right? So we're headed in this direction. Lava and fire is a common problem here in the Nether. So what we're going to do is just kind of make this a little bit safer, right? So want to block off this lava, and probably the easiest way to go about it is going to be to just put a block on each of the 4 sides of this lava that's coming down. It's going to pour into that space that we make there, and it won't overflow it. And so there we go. We've gotten rid of that lava. So this makes it a lot safer for us to look around, kind of see what we want to do. Now, looking at this drop, it's just not an option. So we're going to keep digging. We're going to head further in that X direction and see what we can find. And so here I'm digging with the iron pickaxe, simply because we don't need it anymore. We've got the diamond pickaxe. Luckily, we were able to find it again after we died that last time. And so we're digging away with the iron pickaxe just to wear it out and free up an inventory slot. It seems a little bit wasteful just to throw it away, so we're going to use it up. And we're digging through, and here we've reached 0 in the X. So I turn, and I'm just going to punch a hole out in the Z and see what we've got, right? So unfortunately, we look out there, and it's still this massive drop. And not only that, but we've got a ghast there on our right. If we look out here on the left, we're going to see that there's a few more ghasts. It drops straight down to a lava sea. So if we wanted to try and go down here, we would need to build out. We would need to get ourselves out past the lava sea. And with the ghasts floating around, that could be a real problem. If they decide to attack us, their attacks do destroy netherrack. So if we build a netherrack bridge out there and they shoot us, even if they don't hit us and light us on fire, there's a chance that they'll blow up this blocks that we're standing on. So here I'm realizing that I don't have any ranged weapons, and I'm considering trying to smack back one of their projectiles with the sword, which is totally doable, but it's really hard, right? When you hit a ghast's projectile, it doesn't target the ghast. It just goes straight back the way that it came. And ghasts, they're constantly moving, so it's very rare for one to still be in the same position it was in when it shot the projectile at you. So it's very hard to kill a ghast with its own projectile. It is possible, though, and there's even a Minecraft achievement for doing that. So we punch through and find that we've kind of got this flat area that we could quickly move across. We're just going to mark the entrance to this latest tunnel so we can find our way back, and we're just moving across here. So put out that fire and look, and still quite a ways away, very far down, but you can see that there is a little bit of a raise. If we continue going, there's a spot that raises up out of the lava sea, and that is potentially something that we could use. So time to do some more digging. We're already negative 59 on that x-axis, which is further than we want to be, and now we're going even further negative, but you kind of have to work with what you're given, and this is what we've been given. So still, we've used up about half of that iron pickaxe, and we're just digging. So I can't remember. Oh, here we go. We punched through. Oh, okay, we turned and looked, and it's there, it's within range. We could build out to it, but it looks like it's pretty far down. So at this point I'm kind of concerned, like, do I have enough sand to get down there? And admittedly, part of that is because I'm not judging my distances very well. I think that I probably did have enough sand, but I wasn't confident. So what I decided to do here is I'm going to head yet a little bit further in that x-axis, and why not try and get a little bit further down to get closer to that platform. So, and that's what we're going to do here. We're gonna dig kind of stairs downward, with the idea being that if we do that, if we dig down as we're moving over to the left, or in that x-axis, then when it comes time to use our sand to get down, we won't need as much. So that's the hope. That's what we're doing here. So just digging. So this this biome that we're in right now is kind of your generic standard nether biome. And when Minecraft first came out, this is kind of what everything looked like. When the nether was introduced, it was kind of all like this. Watch out. We punched through some lava. That's why we kind of try and keep our distance when we're digging in the nether. It's not uncommon to have just a random block of lava sitting there, and you uncover it and then it starts flowing. So pop a little netherrack block in there to take its place, and then back to digging. So at this point, I think I feel like we've dug down enough, make a little landing, and then start going in the other direction. All right, and we take a look over this edge, see what we got. So we are not above the lava sea anymore, but we are still not quite out to that elevated platform. So it looks pretty safe. ghast wise, so we're gonna just crouch so that we don't fall off and start building out. We want to get above that elevated area. That'll help save us some sand as we're going. So keep backing up. And we've got a ghast over there, but it's far enough away that it's not really paying attention to us. Looking down, we've made it above the elevated platform. So now I'm just gonna build a little ring, something that will make it easy to place sand against, so that we can start dropping sand down. So here's our ring. I made it too wide. I like to make it too wide when I'm doing things like this, because that way you can use one of the stacks. You can dig one of the stacks and use that to get down, and then the other stack exists still. So when you come back, you can, put ladders on it or something like that to climb back up. So here we are. We've done our two. Now we're just going to dig one side down to get us down off of this high platform. And we'll leave the stack on the left, so that if we come back this way, bring some ladders, and we can just throw those ladders against the sand pillar and climb right up. Don't put out fires with the pickaxe. That was or maybe use the correct click, the right button for it. All right, so we're headed off in the Z. We've got 150 blocks to go. At first I start going to the left because it's easier to get, to not avoid that lava. But the truth is we need to head to the right and get our X back down to 0 from that negative 64 that it's at right now. So we'll just do a little bit of landscaping here, throw down some blocks, try and start, making it a little bit safer, block off this lava. There we go. We blocked it all so now that everything that was flowing off that edge should dissipate. But it takes a little bit of time. Looking at this is pretty steep here. Right? We were hoping for a little bit more of a gentle slope. So kind of just like what we did when we were getting lower to get to the platform. Probably the best plan here is going to be just to dig down some stairs. And the iron pickaxe has served us well, but it is definitely coming to the end of its durability, so maybe these stairs will be the last thing that it does for us before it breaks. We'll see. So we're not building a tunnel. We're just keep leaving it open air and digging along. And I was trying not to do this too steeply, but as you can see there's a few two block drops, so too much for us to jump back up. So we definitely don't want that to be the case. Also, when we come back later on our way up here, we can just hop these blocks, but eventually if we're taking this path quite often, it's going to be worthwhile just to build some stairs, slap them up here, and just make it officially stairs. And that'll be a lot faster for us. So good job, iron pickaxe. It survived that. We're getting close. So continuing to move in that Z, but we're going to stay kind of on top of the ridge, putting the torches on places that are high enough that hopefully we'll see it no matter what angle we're coming at it from. Now this looks promising, right? We're getting back into that biome with the mushroom wood, the warped trees. So that's great. But we are all out of torches, and while we do have some coal, we don't have any wood. So the next best thing is going to be just these sand pillars, right? A couple blocks of sand on top of each other, and that will definitely stand out because sand is just not something that's native to the Nether. So we've got a lake of lava to our right there, so we need to dig. So we're just going to punch through this magma. No big deal. And that is the end of our iron pickaxe, but it served well, it was valiant, and on we go. Now, we can leave the magma on the walls and on the ceiling. It doesn't drip or anything like that, but we can't leave it on the floor. It'll burn us if we step on it. There are boots with, with enchantments or whatever that you can use to not be burned by magma, but I don't have any of those right now. So make a little stairs to hop up out of here and turn around. We just want to mark the entrance to that little underground tunnel with our standard 2-block sand pillar. So we're really close now, right? I mean, kind of feels like we should see the home portal. I mean, it looks like we're in the right biome. We're essentially at that 0x0z. We should see it around here. So what that tells us is that we're at the wrong elevation. We're in the right location x and z wise, but our y location, we're at 36 right now, and I can't remember where the portal that we made is at. I assume we need to go up. We've got lava lakes, outside of this area, so it says to me that we're probably as low as we want to get, and that the portal must be up. So at this point, I'm no longer really worried about getting lost because we're in the general vicinity. And if I want to find my bearings, just go back to that 0x0z. So what we are doing is we're looking around trying to find a place that we can climb. And now we got piglins coming in. So piglins are, they're going to be hostile. Now, he got distracted by the gold that his buddy dropped, but eventually he comes out of his gold days and is back to trying to kill me. What I think is interesting here is that he's not shooting at me. I have my shield up, and he's not shooting. A lot of mobs will just shoot at you. It'll bounce off the shield and it'll hurt them. I guess piglins are smart enough to realize that that's not going to work out well for him. But so still, and I spend a little while kind of like wandering around here looking for a way to get to increase our elevation without just simply digging our way up, right? Digging up is always harder than digging down. I don't have any ladders to make a straight up ascent. So if we do any digging up, it's going to be digging upstairs. And I'm not ready to commit to that yet, so we're looking around, enjoying the company of these Endermen, but yeah, no obvious way to increase our elevation. So yeah, boy, I tell you what I'm really hoping. So this is the first video where I'm adding. I like this little island out in the lava sea. That's fun. This is the first video where I'm adding commentary after the fact, and I'm very hopeful that it doesn't overwrite all the game sounds. I'm hoping that we can have all the audio from the original video with the game sounds, and also my commentary. Like right now, I can't hear the game sounds. I don't hear the video at all. So hopefully the sounds are staying intact and not being overridden by this dialogue. So I've walked by a bunch of glow fruit and finally decided I needed to just take some home with me. Now, I don't know why this guy got hostile with me. Maybe he saw me take the glow fruit and that was just too much for him. But I don't, like looking at the video, I don't see any time where I was looking at him and should have upset him. But he definitely got upset. So, figure we might as well grab that ender pearl. And there we go. In fact, I've been thinking about all of the endermen that are native to another upset guy. I don't know what got this guy going either. But there's so many endermen that are native to this biome that's right there where our home portal is, that I've been thinking maybe I should like go in there and sort of farm endermen every once in a while, right? Just kill all of them that I see and collect the ender pearls, and eventually, we can go after finding an end portal. I had originally thought that would be something that we would want to save for a later season, but I'm not sure now. I'm still not certain what the goal of season 2 is going to be. But maybe it would be fun to have you weigh in a little bit. So if you get to this video and I haven't already decided on what my goal for season 2 is, or how to complete season 2, give me some suggestions. If you like the idea of going after the end portal and getting access, I'm going to stop that thought for a second. Did you see that bigger island out in the lava sea? I thought that struck me as it could be a cool base. I don't really have a reason to build a base in the Nether right now, but if I was going to build one, it seems like a base surrounded by a lava sea is kind of fun. And I enjoy the color palette in this biome with all of the blue, teal, warped wood. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, if nobody has a better suggestion, I think I might make season 2 about getting to the ender portal, getting the ender portal activated, and having access to the end. I'm not necessarily in a hurry to kill the ender dragon. There's a lot to this game besides just killing the dragon, but exploring the end is kind of fun, and you could get some shulker blocks boxes, and we could get an Electra so we could fly around. There's some fun things to do. But who knows, maybe another good goal for season 2 is to just try and totally get decked out in equipment. Like get all my gear fully enchanted and stuff. I don't know. I recently remembered that you can shoot fireworks out of crossbows. So part of me wants to build some kind of a farm to kill creepers and get lots of gunpowder so I can be making fireworks. Alright, so at this point, I've walked around a bunch. I haven't found a way to increase my elevation. So I'm going to do it digging. And I know that I do not plan on using this tunnel to get back down here because it's been so circuitous. So I'm just digging it one wide because I don't care. I'm not going to come back and use it again. And we're just trying to increase our elevation. So we're breaking down some of those crystals because it's always good to collect quartz crystal for use back in the overworld, but it also gives my pickaxe some healing. Now I increased our height by a bit. Now I'm headed towards that 0, 0 cross. Oh, see there, watch out for that lava. Block it off with the block. Can't see it, so we dig. Still can't reach it, so let's go ahead. We're gonna block a little bit further up, and then we can move up closer to take care of that lava block. So yeah, now I'm digging, moving horizontally, trying to get back to that 0, 0 location, see if we've dug high enough to get to the portal. And here we are not high enough. We've reached that 0, 0 location, and we're not there yet. So at this point in the video, I'm sitting there talking and thinking, like, how would it be best to find the portal? And I realized that an easy way to know what elevation the portal is at is to go back and watch some of my own videos. Like the video where I built the portal is going to have the position right there in that upper left-hand corner of the video. So I get on my phone and I start looking at my YouTube channel. I look at a couple episodes because I thought that I opened the portal towards the end of season 1. Turns out it was the first episode of season 2. So pull that out, zip forward, find the portal, and turns out it's at elevation 69. We are only 8 blocks underneath the portal. So time to dig up. And it's still always a bad idea to dig straight up in the nether. You don't want to punch through a lava block and have that lava block dump on you. It's not even a great idea to dig straight up when you're in the overworld, but at least then, if you come across lava, you can dump a water bucket on yourself to put it out. But in the nether, water buckets don't work. You dump them and they just evaporate. So hooray, we found the home portal. So I already said that I don't want to use that old twisty tunnel to get back down. So I know that the sand pillar that we placed that marks our spot is just below us, right in the 30s. So before we head back home, want to connect the pathways before I forget about it. So we're going to dig down. We're just going to punch through. And, as any safe Minecrafter knows, we are not going to dig straight down one block, but we're going to do 2 blocks wide, and that's exactly why. Look at that. If we'd been digging one block, that was the block that we're standing on, then we would have fallen in that lava. So look at this. As luck would have it, we dug down, we punched down right next to that narrow thing that we dug, and we're just going to keep going down because we know we're in the right spot in the horizontal plane. We just need to get down a little bit deeper. I gotta admit, I'm not sure why I used sand there. I think I thought it was a good idea for half a second, and I placed it, and then I why did I do that? So dig that back up. We're going down, and we're getting close, right? 47. So we should be seeing it soon. And there it is. So we're on a soft landing, so we'll drop down a little bit of sand for us. And hop down. Down we go. So let's make sure that we're in the right area. So we're just going to dig down, look around a little bit, and we just need to verify that we've got sand pillar. There's a sand pillar. So if we head in that direction, you can see out there the other sand pillar that's sitting on top of the tunnel that we dug. So yes, we are in the right spot. And now it's time to go back up. So we don't need to fill in both halves of this hole. We can just fill in this one side, and then when we come back we can use ladders to lower ourselves down. Make it a little bit higher, because it's always a little bit more convenient to climb the ladder all the way up to where you're out of the hole and on the ground level. Plus it helps with visibility. And now we can breathe a sigh of relief. We are back at home. Though we do have an Enderman hanging out in here, and we talked about collecting those Ender pearls, so I figure why not dispose of him. Now he's making crazy noises, but he's not showing back up, so we're looking for him. And there he is. He found us, or we found him. I'm not sure which is which. And there we go. Got him, but no Ender pearl, which is too bad. We were able to collect 4 while we were in the Nether. Alright, so at this point, I'm thinking we need to not leave home if we don't have enough obsidian. Because we could have headed home a lot earlier if we'd had the obsidian on us. So I need to increase our lava creation, right? So really the way to do that is going to be getting more cauldrons underneath dripstone, underneath lava blocks, and get those cauldrons filling up with lava. So for that, we're gonna need some iron. Want to make sure this iron thing is working. See this dirt and think, you know what? Let's get that cleared out. Let's make this a little bit nicer. We still have the dirt there to the left, but that's, we'll clean it out when we clean out this piston system. So this guy still swapping his trades out, trying to get a protection book, and still not getting one. I don't know why our luck has been so bad about a protection book. So nope, Smite 2. That one's super lame. I think the only thing it hurts extra is skeletons. Kind of like Bane of Arthropods only hurts spiders extra. Flame 1, not great. We definitely don't want that. Now, just checking to make sure all the villagers are alive and there's no problems. Still got cats spawning on this level. Someday, got to do something about that. I don't really want to make carpets and cover up that pretty pink wood, so I don't know. Maybe I need to change that level to half slabs, so that so nothing can spawn on it. But we'll see. Realize I didn't do one of my other plans. So I was thinking while we were in the Nether that we're always coming back with this excess, kind of an excess of netherrack blocks. So we've got this void here underneath our town hall, trading hall, and one or two of the raids that we've done, we've had enemies get stuck down here. So I figure if we keep coming back from the Nether with all this netherrack, that we're never going to use it all. Might as well use it to fill in some of these voids. Now, I'm not filling everything in 100%, but it's small enough spaces that we shouldn't have anything spawning inside here. And as long as we top it all off with dirt, no one will really know. It won't be noticeable. And topping it off with dirt means that none of our pillager raid is gonna fall down in here. So that's kind of the thought process here. Not going for perfect, just kind of filling in as we go. I don't expect to finish filling this in the immediate future. Just as we collect netherrack in the Nether, we'll keep adding on here. But I mean, it's filling in pretty good, pretty quickly. So I mean, who knows? Maybe another couple more trips, and we'll have brought back enough that we will be able to fill this in and have it be done. As much as I enjoy kind of the jungly, tree-filled area around our trading hall, it does make it a little bit harder and more time-consuming to do a raid, because the pillagers get off on these weird areas instead of heading straight to the trading hall. So it might be worthwhile to kind of flatten things out and maybe knock down some of the trees. We'll see. But I was working on the third stack of netherrack there, and I realized, you know what else we could do with netherrack is we could smelt it. It makes nether bricks. And any smelting that you do is experience for you. So if we're going to have a bank of, if we're going to have those lava, those cauldrons making lava, at some point we're not going to really need extra obsidian. So there needs to be more to do with that lava than just make obsidian. And so why not let's have some smelting going on down in that same cavern. So what I'm doing right now is just making some room in my inventory, putting the kind of unique blocks that we found away in the chest. Get rid of this iron out of my inventory and get it smelting away. We've got that lava bucket, so we can make some more dripstone lava farm things. We're gonna want trapdoors for that, because trapdoors don't burn. And even though this isn't the same kind of trapdoor as the other ones, I think it'll probably be okay. And if it really does bother me, the aesthetic, I can change the trapdoors out at a later date. Okay, so we got our dripstone ready to go. We're gonna need some cauldrons, and if we're gonna be making the smelter stuff, we're gonna need some iron for that. So let's grab some iron out of the farm. Thank you, farm. And head back, right? So it takes, I think it might be 7 pieces of iron to make a cauldron. I don't remember for sure. I've got that going. So I get to thinking about making this cauldron, and then I realize we have a couple cauldrons that we didn't use for our trading hall, but we brought them back from a town, so I don't need to make cauldrons. We've got a couple. So with that, I've got just about everything that I need for the adding to our lava creation, whatever. So if we're going to be smelting downstairs in the cavern, then we could probably do our crafting down there too. So that's why I grabbed that crafting block. Here we're going to make some room. We've got 2 cauldrons, so let's make room for them both. Plop them in there. Alright, and then we hop down to get an angle, because we need to put that dripstone on the underside of that stone. So there it is. Beautiful. Alright, trapdoors. Now, whoops, put it on the wrong block there, so let's break it off. And it needs to go on the block above. So there, and there. Now we'll knock out the blocks and put in our 1 lava bucket. Ploop. And we can close them up. Alright, so let's get a gravel and just fill that back in so it looks nice. There we go. So I'm thinking that we can put the smelter on the opposite side of the lava, but this still feels a little bit narrow, so let's widen it out. So we're just taking these blocks out. And we kind of poke through to some daylight. Oops. But, you know, hopefully further back here it's going to be, you know, we'll have some space for those smelters. So we're going to put down our crafting block so that we can build it, right? We just dug up stone, so we've got plenty of cobblestone, so we can make 3 furnaces. We really only need 2 right now. 2 is kind of typical when I am not going crazy and overboard with my smelter. I'll just get 2 furnaces. But we are going to need, like if we're going to automate this at all, then we're going to need a bunch of chests and a bunch of hoppers. So we grab that bamboo, because you know it doesn't matter what kind of wood we use, it's not going to look fancy when we're done. It's going to look like chests and hoppers. So bamboo is a great option. We're not using up any wood that's pretty for this project. So turn it into a bunch of wood. We can make 16 chests, and we do 16 chests straight up. Boom. And then how many hoppers? We're just gonna do 8. So half the chests got turned into hoppers. All right. So sometimes when you're building something that's gonna be depositing into a chest, one of the easiest, best ways to start is like figuring out where you want that chest to be, right? The end chest where you'll go to collect everything. And so that's what we do. We're going to put the chest right here in the ground. There we go, a double chest. Now we know that we're going to have 2 hoppers or 2 smelters or furnaces feeding into these chests, so that means we need a hopper, 1 hopper for each of the furnaces. And so we're gonna crouch down and point that hopper into the chest so that anything that the hopper pulls, it'll feed into the chest. So now above that we're gonna place our furnaces. So now whenever a furnace gets done, you know, cooking or smelting something, the hopper is gonna pull it out and then put it into the chest. So now we want to automate. So we've got it automated so that it'll constantly be emptying the furnaces. Now we want to automate so that the furnaces is getting more stuff put in, you know, more supply. So to do that, a hopper at the top of the furnace will load in new things to cook. So we want somewhere easy to jump our items, so we're going to do a double chest above these hoppers. So now it's 1 chest we put stuff into, but both hoppers are going to pull from it. So when we put like a stack of whatever, right? Oh, can't open this chest because it's got a solid block above it. So you need transparent, or what's considered transparent, blocks above a chest for it to open, like air or glass. Funnily enough, like slabs or stairs also count as transparent. I think maybe it's kind of anything that can be waterlogged is considered transparent, though I don't think glass can be waterlogged. I'm not sure why glass is allowed, but as you can see, like when you put a stack of something in the chest, both hoppers start pulling 1 item at a time and then feeding it into the furnace, so you kind of evenly distribute whatever items you put in that top chest into both furnaces. So now the last thing that we want to automate is going to be fueling the furnaces. So to load fuel into your furnace, you just need hoppers that are either pointing into the back or the sides of your furnace. So we want to just feed both furnaces from the same chest, so we're going to go with the back. And we just have hoppers aimed into the back of those furnaces, and then we need to put in a double chest in the back. So we need to be facing this direction for the chest to, you know, to form correctly. So we'll just look at the block behind and click, and then look at the block behind and click. And there we go. We've got, one chest. So now any fuel that we load into that chest there will be automatically shared between the two furnaces. So, and I was sitting here thinking, like, is there a way to bring this around the corner and make it a little bit easier, to feed into that chest? But I was a little bit worried that if I do that, it won't feed the two furnaces evenly, right? If a hopper is feeding one item at a time into the chest, then that means only one of the hoppers will constantly pull it out, and it won't. So it'll only be feeding one furnace. You want to kind of like dump everything into that chest at once. So that's why I didn't do that. We made some lava, so now we've filled up all 4 banks, and like I was saying, like, right, the lava has a use besides just being obsidian. Like here you can see, you put it in and poof, it's got fire, and like a serious amount of fire. That'll like smelt 100 blocks. And then you don't lose your bucket when you use a lava bucket to fuel a furnace, because it spits out that bucket into the out chest. So we can make a bunch of buckets, and then we can continually be scooping up lava as it's created, and have buckets and buckets of lava in that back chest to fuel these furnaces. So very cool. We got that pretty much set up. We can throw coal in here. What's nice is like things that we don't want, crossbows and stuff like that. They're made of wood, so we can throw them in that chest, and they can be used to fuel the smelters. Some good stuff here, right? When we're doing raids and we're getting things like crossbows and iron tools that we don't care about, we can put the iron tools in to be smelted and put the crossbows and things, the different wood things, in the back as fuel and turn them all into iron nuggets. So just get some use out of these items that normally would be garbage. So since we got that 4th lava block, we need a 4th dripstone, and then put the gravel back in. I don't love gravel as the ground, but it is uniform for now, so looks good. And there we go. We're back at home. We've got more lava production. We've got the smelter set up to go. So it's been a pretty productive episode. And yeah, so thanks for joining. Thanks for being patient with the audio issues that we've had. And have yourself a great day.